Ooh, we're live. Share, copy link. Spread that around. Hi. I post this to Tumblr so that people actually see it. Insert link. So slow is this? Stream stuff. Block. Post. Okay, we're getting places. Just let me like that. Like that. Okay. Now I'm gonna turn on some funky music because we love that for us, because we are communism here, fellas. There's my damage playlist. It's the only valid playlist. Okay. Stand. Hi guys. I just need to. Yeah. Okay. All right. Wait, what? The worst insult. Don't call Heather. She loves to bully me for stuff like that. Mostly for being heterosexual, and it's the thing I'm most embarrassed about. I mean, liking men. It's fine though. Turn that down. Alright, so today we are going to be we are going to be doing a dramatic reading of damage as a test run. I'm a little scared because I think it's gonna go badly, but people tell me it'll probably be fine. So, yeah. Yay! Is there any particular piece you want to hear read out? Some of them will flat out refuse because I do not want to, like, reread my own work, you know? Because that's, no, it makes me feel big, sad, all negative emotions. I read it and I'm like, oh god, why do people like this? But, yeah, so is there any particular piece you want to see read? And I can do, like, alright. There we go. I mean, cause, like, we can close that, 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 that. We can close all that. Yeah. Fun fact, the reason it says I'm such a happiness up here, that didn't do what I wanted to. The reason it says that, though, is because, oh, don't do that. Is because it is a quote that I said once when I was probably high off of sleep deprivation. People sometimes ask, like, what's that from? But yeah, it's from me, because I have no brain cells, and I have no sense of grammar. Yeah. But anyway. Let's see. So, ooh, none of these options look good. Oh boy. Let's see. Ronan can't pick a side. That one is a very short one, I think. Let's see. Where is that? Where is the, oh, there we go, wait. Yeah, I don't like this one. This is gonna be difficult. I don't like anything I've written. I'd probably be willing to do, I don't know, I did a practice run with Redux, so I would be comfortable reading Redux, or, I don't know, maybe Destroyed in the Destruction branch. Soulmate Gone Wrong. No, I'm probably not gonna read Soulmate Gone Wrong. Probably none of these, because they're all just, you know, they're just little weird shorts. Some of them are really good, but some of them are strange, like the one where Koshi is just a dog. Like, he's just a regular dog, not even, like, a sentient, not sentient, dogs are sentient, but, like, you know what I mean? Not even, like, a dog with, like, evil intentions, just a dog that prefers coal over all other people. Oh, we stand the Swabathon, but I did not write any of that, so we're not gonna do that. See? A short one, perhaps. You have the Discord server brain cell. Who is Cupcake the Night Fury? Wait, I don't know. If you're, like, I know who, like, Quiet Titan Boy, I don't know how to say that, but I'm pretty sure that is. And then, like, you know, obviously maybe Starlight, but, like, I have no idea. And Miko Bob, I know who that is. But, like, who's Cupcake the Night Fury? Oh, I love this song. But yeah, whatever I'm comfy with, as long as it's angst, love you. Okay, I could probably, okay. I think it's basically between Redux and Destroyed. So, like, do you guys have, like, a preference over? Oh, okay, that makes sense. Hi, Lori. Yeah, if there's, like, a preference about, you know, Redux versus Destroyed, I can do that. Yeah. Oh, remember you belong to me. But you actually know her? Yes, I do. Or, like, I recognize the name at the very least. I do have very bad, memory on, like, faces and names and stuff like that. It takes me a long time, to remember stuff like that for some reason. I don't know. But I am definitely aware of the name and that we've interacted, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I try very hard to, I have to try really hard to remember people at first, but I know who you are. Right. You haven't read them. Okay, you might want to leave. It's gonna be a shit show. One complaining when I am gone. No, don't change the subject. 'Cause you're my favorite subject. Sweet, submissive subject. My royal, loyal subject. Anyway, ignore me singing along passionately to Hamilton. I know I sounded not good, but not gonna lie, if I got to be in, like, a Hamilton production in, like, a school or something, not gonna lie, I would either go for Eliza or Angelica, but, like, I would honestly live to play King George. Not gonna lie. Like, I would actually love to play King George in a production of Hamilton. Comes to shove, I will kill your friends and family. Oh my gosh, you guys are too sweet to me. Thank you. I did actually do a year of choir in, like, middle school, which was forever ago now, God. I was in JV, you know, Juniversity, like, you know, the choir for the less good people. People always said I should have been in varsity, but, it's the only way to get into varsity is to audition at the end of the year, and then the next year you'll go into varsity, so I didn't have the option to do that first year and only year that I did it. But, people did say I should have been in, you know, varsity, you know, the good person choir, so that's something. I always got, like, solos if I auditioned for them, so that was cool. I always feel like people are lying to me, but then I'm like, choir teachers really can't lie. Anyway. Okay. How am I feeling? What's the emotion I'm feeling? Do I want Koshiro to exist? Do I want y'all to hear my Koshiro voice? Because I have one. I always like to read out lines when I'm writing them sometimes, or when I'm reading them when other people are, like, write stuff for the series. I love when that happens, by the way. Like, whenever that happens, I'll, like, kind of read it out loud just to, like, add some effect. So I do have voices, I do. That one soprano, you're right. We had this one girl in choir who could not sing. She never got any solos, obviously. They gave her the smallest bit every time, and she thought she was the shit. She thought she was the shit. Everybody hated her, though. She, like, I do think, actually, I don't really know anything about her other than the fact that she threatened people with violence daily, nearly punched me and my friend in the face one time, and, like, was just had a lot of meltdowns in general, and was also a bad singer. That's all I know about her, but whatever. Anyway, she's that one soprano. But, alright, apparently y'all want to hear the Koshi voice, so I guess we're going with Redux. Oh, hey, Ivy. I'm scared. Okay. There we go. It's here. Okay. I actually did do a practice run of this when I first suggested doing, like, a dramatic reading of Damage, and then y'all all were like, oh my god, Damage audiobook, oh my god, podfic, oh my god, yes. So then, you know, out of, like, a little bit of panic, I was like, ooh, I gotta practice, I gotta make sure it's all good, I gotta, yeah, so I did a practice run. At the time, my voice was very raspy and it didn't sound good whatsoever, but now I think I'm good. You're doing this one. Oh, oof. Later. Bye. Have fun. You're doing this one. Yeah, I am. Okay. Because they want to hear the Koshi voice. They want to hear the voice I do. I don't think anybody has ever heard it, actually. Yeah, nobody's ever heard it. So y'all are getting the inside scoop. Not the inside scoop. I don't think that's the right term, but you know what I mean. Actually, I'm gonna pull it up on my phone so that I can still actually see the comments on this. Ooh, I got a text. I'm not putting this off at all. Did y'all know that Donald Trump got coronavirus? That's the text I got. That's what it says. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Like, I don't want people to die of this virus. I just want it to go away. Like, I don't really like Trump, but, like, I don't think he deserves to die, you know? That would suck. Plus, that means that Pence is in office, and that's probably worse. So, like... Well, no, because Ivy, like, the other option was for me to read Destroyed, and Koshi isn't in Destroyed because it's just Lloyd angsting and then deciding he's gonna burn the fucking world down to get his brothers back. So, because those are the only two I felt comfortable enough to read, and I had to give an option between them, so I was like, okay, do y'all want to, you know, one of them Koshi talks in, one of them it's literally mostly, it's actually, like, entirely just Lloyd's inner dialogue, so, monologue? Yeah, inner monologue. But, so yeah, they wanted to hear the Koshi voice, so I'm pulling it up on my phone. Here we go. Obviously the music has to stop because you think my mind can focus on more than one thing at once? No. I'm gonna run out of water. Okay. Just in case anybody who happens to be watching this video has the wrong idea about anything, trigger warnings. kidnapping, Stockholm Syndrome, drugs and drugging, pet wump, dehumanization, brainwashing, intimate wumpers, creepy wumpers, and just like general and comfy vibes associated with the aforementioned warnings. If that sounds like it would bother you, please don't read and please get off of the live right now because I don't want you to be traumatized, disturbed, or hurt. I also do not want to receive hate for not putting trigger warnings, so please get out. Oh god, I forgot how long this one was. 4,000. Oops. Okay. Okay. Alright. Okay. Ooh, I just got a very violent text about Trump. Okay. But it's from my British friend, so, like, I guess she gets to think that. I don't know. We're gonna stop talking about that one. Okay. I just gotta pretend that y'all aren't listening to me. Maybe I should, like, not look at the comments while I'm doing this. Because then it's more like I'm just in my room practicing. There. Now I can't see the comments. Oh my god. Why do I feel so pressured? Not pressured, like I want to do this. But I got anxiety, babe. Okay. I'm alone in my room. The only person to hear me is my rabbit. Kira. Kira says hi. That's my rabbit. She's adorable. She's just, like, vibing. She's a little angel. Okay. Oh my god. If I can act like a fucking Oompa Loompa in a horrible production of Willy Wonka, which was actually the worst experience of my life, I hate the Willy Wonka story. Not even for any particular reason. I just always hated, like, the plot, all of it. I just always hated it so much. And for some reason, my school was doing a musical for it, and I was like, wow, even though I hate the story, maybe I should audition. Then I got an Oompa Loompa, which I hated. We had to have this really thick, cakey makeup all over our faces, which I also hate. At that time, I literally did not like makeup on my face whatsoever. Now I like makeup, it's cool, but I still don't like it being cakey and thick, and they had it everywhere, all over, ugh, and we were just really ugly in general. It was disgusting. But anyway, if I can do that, if I can get through a whole, like, 2 months of that with a horrible theater director who literally did not care about my health or the fact that I'm xenophobic and she kept bringing her dog to practice and sending me into panic attacks, I can do this. So, heed the trigger warnings. They're right there. So, what if Kai had gotten kidnapped first? Well, I think you know, but I'm scared. I'm scared. I do have a rabbit, and she is really cute. You love me even more. Oh, smooth. Okay. Willy Wonka makes me uncomfortable too. Like, I don't know what it is. Just, like, it's always disturbed me a lot. I don't know. I just hate Willy Wonka, and I'm really upset with myself for doing that musical in the first place. I have nightmares about being forced into doing the musical again. I wasn't even forced into it. I did it myself. I wanted to quit, but I could. Oh, procrastination. You caught me. I'm a Heather. Nah, man. I'm like Heather Chandler. I die. Well, I'm not dead. That's not a good comparison, is it? Because she's, like, mega popular, but she's also a mega bitch. No, hold on. What's, like, a pop culture girl? Pop culture, is that the right term? I don't know. But, like, what's a popular girl that people always talk about? I'm I don't know. I can't think of any because they're all, like, all the girls that people talk about are, like, the good ones, you know, Jessie's girl, Heather, Olivia, you know, Roxanne. I'm not any of those. But thank you. I love you. Oh no! That's illegal. You can't just withhold no. Okay, fine. I'm a queen. You're right. I'm trying to be more confident in myself because apparently being self-deprecating is not a good look. So, okay, you know what? You're right. I'm pretty cool. You're right. Maybe I am, Heather. Oh, my neck. Okay. Everybody always says that, like, cracking your, knuckles or neck or whatever is, like, gross. But it honestly is so satisfying to me. I don't get what's gross about it. I don't know. And when other people do it, I'm like, ooh, that sounded good, dude. Like, good. That sounds like it was satisfying. And they're like, yeah. I don't know. Fun fact, I have never seen Monty Python. Well, technically I have seen okay. I watched, like, the first 10 minutes of it, in, like, 8th grade. Or, like, the Monty Python and the Stolen Grail one specifically. We watched it on the band bus when we were, like, in 8th grade, but then the band directors heard, like, one curse word and were like, oh, we can't legally keep watching this, because you guys are, like, 13, ish. Were we 13 in 8th grade? I don't even remember, it was so long ago. But, point is, I've seen, like, the first 10 minutes of 20 minutes. It's been 20 minutes? What the hell? That was fast. Yeah. Anyway, point is, I've never seen Monty Python in its entirety. And then I had the option to watch it at a party last year, but instead me and 2 other people decided to play poker instead. Which was honestly a better deal for me, because one of those 2 people was the boy that I'm madly in love with and would probably die for. So, like, I know I talk about him every live, but I like him so much. It honestly kind of hurts. He is not interested in me and will never be interested in me. At least he likes me as a friend, though, so, like, at least I've got that. Anyway. I need more water. Ooh, I don't know what sound just came out of me. I'm alone in my room. It's been 20 minutes. We gotta do this. Sometimes you just gotta. Sometimes you just gotta get kidnapped by a man who just wants to keep you as this cute little pet, half naked in a basement. It's a vibe. Honestly, I always, like, picture the basement as, like, one of those stereotypical gross, dirty things with, like, a dirty floor, but, like, realistically, no. Koshi doesn't want his pet getting sick or being all disgusting. Like, he's gonna have it be a clean room, But, like, my mind is like, give the creepy vibes, and I'm like, yeah, but, like, it's gonna be a clean room. So stop that, brain. Make it a cleaner room. Also, I, like, imagine completely different... Whenever there's a different branch, for the most part, not including the core 4 because those have the same premise, I always imagine him living in different places. Like, the Soul I Gone Wrong at You, I imagine him living in an apartment. Even though his literal house in the middle of nowhere works so much better, because, like, they can be loud sometimes. I don't know, I just, like, imagine him living in, like, a completely different house. Not even necessarily an apartment, just somewhere completely different. I don't know why, maybe it's just the vibes. I don't know, I have very specific images. Anyway, I can't see the comments anymore because I'm, like, actually on the screen instead of, like, the screen that shows me the comments. But I'm sure y'all are probably yelling at me to get started already, so. Oh god. Just think of not puppies. Puppies are scary. Is it sad that damage has helped me with my xenophobia? Because now when I see a dog, I'm like, just think about Cole. Is Cole intimidating? He literally, the only things he wants in life are, master and food and, like, treats and attention. Dogs aren't aggressive, honey. And it helps. It helps! How does it help? It's kind of concerning. I'm kind of concerned for myself. But anyway. Just pretend I'm in class. Yeah, I've done this in class before. Not this specifically, but, like, I read, like, what was it? Romeo and Juliet. I was, like, Juliet or some shit. I wanted to be Romeo, but no. Let me be the stupid straight white male. Let me be. Actually, you're right. I don't think that's a good idea. I'm too smart to be a stupid straight white male. I'm like second worst. Straight white female. It's because it's my own writing, okay? It's scary. Maybe it'll be less intimidating if I do read it off of my phone. Okay. I want to do this. We stand mental illness, okay? My anxiety is literally like, you're gonna sound stupid, and they're going to be like, what the fuck? And then they're going to hate you. And I'm like, wait, that makes no sense. But my anxiety is like, actually it does though. But I know y'all don't. I know that literally is not logical though. So, we're going to say, fuck you, anxiety. Because a bitch gotta do what a bitch gotta do, okay? I need more water. Ooh, I got a notification. Let go of me, Cole screamed, struggling to the best of his ability. His head was fuzzy, and his limbs felt heavier than usual, but he kept struggling. He wasn't going down without a fight, especially not when he and his siblings had yet to find Kai. He couldn't help if he was locked in a basement. He didn't know much about his kidnappers. He knew that the guy did most of the work, and the woman really only stepped in when Cole was making progress in getting away. He knew that they purposefully avoided using names in front of him, and he knew that they were both absolutely psycho. He'd hardly been here for a couple of hours. They chained Cole to the wall even as the earth elemental screamed and thrashed and fought. Cole hated knowing that if he had just been a little quicker, a little stronger, he could have gotten away. Don't you worry, pet, the man said, kneeling down and smiling at him from just outside the range that the chain offered. I'm not so cruel as to leave you down here alone. You'll have a friend, and he's going to help you learn how to behave. Cole's heart was already broken for whatever poor soul he was referring to. Had they really managed to do this before and get away with it? Oh God, what kind of mental state would this so-called friend be in? The woman quietly slipped out. Cole could only glare after her, thrashing once more against the chains. Shh. You're okay, my pet. I'll take care of you. You don't have to worry, the man said, reaching out his hand. Cole jerked away. Let me go, he demanded, trying his best to break the handcuffs with his super strength. Oh, great. They'd taken his super strength. Fuck Benstone. His captor caught his hands, forcing them to stop attempting to pry the cuffs open. You'll hurt yourself, pet, he said, gentle. Settle down now. Cole opened his mouth to tell this guy to go to hell, but before he could, the door opened back up. Cole tore his attention away from the man and onto the doorway, hoping he could figure out an escape. But he went still, taking in what he was looking at in horror. The woman had come back with a friend, all right. Cole's friend. Cole's brother. Kai. Cole could only stare at him. That was Kai. It was actually really Kai. He looked a little off, but it was without a doubt him. He looked small and young, in a way. And he was smiling. He was smiling so brightly. His eyes were so bright, and it was so wrong to be seeing him like this. But it was him. His brother. His friend. Kai. Say hello, the woman quietly prompted. Kai turned to the man, his smile unwavering. Hi, teacher. Cole felt something ugly plant itself in his stomach. He hated the way Kai was talking. He hated the brightness of his eyes. He hated it all. But if he knew Kai, then it had to be an act. There's no way that this was real. Kai was just trying to survive. Under the surface, he was surely terrified. Good boy. Oh, I love you so much. I'm going to miss you. You'll be good for certain now, okay, baby? She asked, speaking to Kai like he was a toddler or a dog. Cole wanted to vomit. I will, Mama, Kai said. I know you will, she said, hugging him tightly. Cole watched the exchange in nothing short of horror. thanking the first master himself when the dark-haired woman finally left. Kai, Cole said, hoping that he would drop the axe now that at least one of them's gone. Kai, are you all right? Kai's smile only grew. Hi, he exclaimed. The man turned to Kai, looking unpleased. There you go. Well, now, pup. Surely you haven't forgotten my rules. No talking without permission. Kai withered, his eyes trained on the floor. I'm sorry, sir, he muttered. The man sighed. Well, I guess you're more used to your mama's rules than mine. I'm gonna let it slide just this once. Okay? Kai nodded hurriedly. What do we say now, pup? He prompted. Thank you, sir. Kai was a little too convincing with this. The captor turned back to Cole. Now, my pet, you're going to have to learn how to behave just as well as my little success here. He spared an affectionate pat to Kai's head. Such a polite and respectful little one. Well, he wasn't to start with. Why, he was worse than you at first, but he learned eventually. He's come so far, and I'm so proud of him. Kai smiled so big, so happy, and if Cole didn't know why he was smiling, he would have thought he just won the lottery. But no. He was smiling because of the sicko and his twisted praise. What had they done to his brother? I'll let the two of you talk when I'm not around, but as this little one knows, we're absolutely not to speak around me without explicit permission. Are we clear? Cole opened his mouth to tell him off, but then glanced at Kai. If Cole could act like Kai was, then maybe their captor would leave them alone. It was a long shot, but it certainly seemed to be working for Kai. So, swallowing his anger and his pride, he lowered his head, giving a small nod. Oh, you absolute darling, his captor said, sounding absolutely delighted. See, pup? Just you being here is already helping so much. Cole fought the urge to scream, keeping his eyes trained on the floor. Please leave. Please leave. Please leave. He just needed to get his captor out so he and Kai could get away. With nobody around, Kai would drop the act. They could plot their escape, and then they'd be home free. And this guy may have managed to keep one ninja kidnapped for this long, but with two of them, he didn't stand a chance. Kai looked up at their... English, hi. Kai looked up at their captor imploringly. Yes, pup? He asked, kneeling down so he was more even with Kai. Sir, do you think I can play with him? He asked. Not yet, little one, their captor hummed. He's not trained yet. We wouldn't want him lashing out and hurting you. I don't think your mama would forgive me. Kai nodded, though he looked sad about it. Cole dug his nails in the palm of his hand, staring hard at the floor. He hated the way this bastard was talking to them. He was going to smash his face in the first chance he got. Now, I have to take care of some things, their captor said, standing up fully again. You be good now, he said, heading for the door. Cole waited until the man's footsteps receded before he did anything. Kai, he said, moving as close to him as the chains would allow. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. After you disappeared, we haven't stopped looking. I promise we haven't, and we knew something horrible must have happened. This... Oh God, this is so much worse than anything we could have imagined. I'm so sorry. Kai cocked his head, saying nothing. But it's all going to be okay, Cole said, probably assuring himself more than he was Kai. I'm here now. We're going to come up with a plan. We're going to get out of this hellhole. Kai's next words filled Cole with absolute dread. Get out? Why would I want to get out? He asked, looking genuinely confused. Cole's words died in his throat. He stammered for a moment, then laughed uncomfortably. Kai, come on, dude, they're gone. You can drop the act. What act? Dude, stop acting like that, Cole said, his body flashing hot with fear when Kai only looked more confused. Seriously, we have to leave. But if I leave, then how will my mama know where to come get me? No. Kai was not actually acting like this. He was not actually convinced that horrible woman was his mother. He was not really under the impression that this was okay. Cole was being messed with, or they were controlling Kai somehow. They had done something to him, some sort of sick, twisted mind control that Cole would figure out how to break. Cole breathed a quiet sigh of relief when Kai stood up. Oh, thank goodness, he was probably going for the keys to get Cole and chained her. Kai came back with a small ball. Do you want to play? Kai asked, excited. Well, Sir says I can't really play with you, but I think it'll be okay if I don't get too close. Do you wanna? No! Cole yelled. Come on, Kai, you've got to snap out of it! Kai's smile faded, tears pricking his eyes. Oh, okay. Okay. Kai was obviously under some sort of mind control shit. He just had to figure out how to stop that. Cole could do that. Probably. Oh, God. You know what? Cole asked, forcing himself to seem calm and non-threatening and not like this was absolutely fucking terrible. I'm sorry. That was very, mean of me. I do want to play a game, but not a game like that. Kai brightened. What kind of game? Will it be fun? Where am I? Ah, there we go. Yeah. But to play, I need you to help me out first. Cole said, the words leaving a rotten taste in his mouth. Oh, well... Kai scratched at his neck, fiddling with his collar. I don't know. Cole glanced at it. Kai had been messing with it this whole time, and sure, it was likely that it was just regular fidgeting, but Cole was more keen to believe that was what was keeping his friend under. If he could get it off, maybe Kai would come too. There was something stuck in my throat for a second there. No, see, I just need you to come a little closer, he said, trying to make himself seem sincere. I won't hurt you or anything. Well, he agreed. Okay, he agreed, hesitant. He scooted over just a little. Come on, Kai, please, just a little closer. Cole all but begged at this point. You promise to be good? Kai asked. I don't want Sir to get upset. I promise, Cole ground out. Okay, he smiled, sitting right next to Cole. How do you play? Cole opened his mouth, but footsteps from the other side of the door sent Kai all but flinging himself away. While Kai passed the ball between his fingers rigidly, Cole steeled himself for another encounter with his captor. Oh boy. We're gonna take a quick break because I'm thirsty. Alright, let's see what people are saying. I'm scared! Let's see. Realistically, it's a nice finished basement. Yes. Realistically, it's a nice, clean basement. Empty and poorly lit? Yeah. It's nice. Damage is just free therapy. Hey, free therapy. Damage in class. I have written damage in class before, and it has been the most stressful thing. I always sit in the back and also have my light as low as possible. But, like, the stress that comes with it, I'm like, oh god, nobody look at me! Let's see. I sound like a dying cat most of the time. Mood. Ooh, a new Wumpy idea! We stan. What did you do? Gotta get brain to make the words mood. This is so good. Thank you. You're too kind. Y'all are sweet. You're all too preoccupied with listening. Solid. But, you know, there was a couple things to look at. Hydrate or dihydrate, am I right, fellas? I focused on listening, so I didn't comment much. Yeah, that's solid. Valid. Yeah. Okay. No thoughts, head empty. Mood. I'm gonna run out of water and it's gonna be horrible, but I am not out of water yet, so it's gonna be fine. I am solid though. I would probably just kind of be like zoning out as well. Alright. But yeah, standing this validation. Love to see it. The brain cell left me. We'll take it back. Okay? You can have the brain cell. Alright. We're gonna go back to our irregularly scheduled story time. Can you call it a story time? I don't know, because like on YouTube, technically story times are like story time. I got trapped in a mall overnight with Noah Centineo. Not clickbait. It really happened. But this is just Cole, or no, not Cole. This is just like 4,500 words of Kai suffering. We'd love to see it. Ooh, you ready for Wumptober? Stand Wumptober. I'm working on like day 5 right now, and it's almost. Ooh, I dropped my phone. It's almost done, but like it's also really difficult because it takes place in the Miraculous crossover that I have on the Blurst blog. And I've never written anything for that before, despite literally being the creator. I feel kind of bad. Mint has written like everything for it, and you know there's been some other people, but Mint is like the main contributor. But I need to actually write something, so I'm doing it. It'll be great. Anyway, he tried to remember it was like outside of the darkness. Ooh, that's your fun quote. Oh, okay. I deserve the brain cell. No, I don't. It's okay. I have 2 brain cells, so I can spare one. Take it back. Hey, glad to see you back. We're on intermission right now. Is it even halfway through? I actually have no concept of how many words there are. Earlier today, I stumbled across a damaged piece that, like, I know I wrote, but I have literally no memory of writing it, and it was so absurd for me. And I know I'm saying absurd wrong because my brother always gets on me for it, but now I do it just to annoy him. Yeah, anyway. Right, it was really weird because, like, I had no memory of writing it. Like, I know it was me, but was it me? You know? Like, I have very vague memories of writing it after I finished reading it, but, like, was it me, though? I don't think so. But to be fair, it was also, I think, one of the prompt requests from, like, June, and, like, I don't really remember those very well. You think I know what I'm doing? Hell nah. Anyway. The door swung open, and their captor walked in with an enthusiastic bounce in his step. "Good news, my pet," he said, shutting the door behind him and gripping a small box in his hands. "It came in sooner than expected." Cole was scared to find out. His captor continued on anyway, sitting down just out of Cole's reach and delicately opening the box. He lifted the contents out carefully, a twisted smile on his face. Cole stared at the dark black collar in horror, pressing himself back against the wall as far away from his captor as he could get. No, absolutely not. If his theory was right, that collar was going to fuck him up just as bad as Kai. "Hold still now," he hummed, all but corralling Cole farther into the corner. The only upside to this was that now he was actually close enough to attack. Cole waited until his captor was just close enough, then kicked him as hard as he could. Even with the drugs running through his system, and even with the bench stone, his captor still toppled to the floor. Kai looked horrified. Their captor very slowly rose, his eyes dark. "You little..." He took a deep breath, regaining his composure. "Come here, little stray. I need your help with this." Kai made his way over slowly, sparing occasional glances at Cole, but quickly tearing his gaze away every time. Cole's heart sank. "Now stay still," he hissed, directing Kai to hold Cole down. Cole thrashed to the best of his ability, but he couldn't hurt Kai, not when he was so lost and confused and scared. This wasn't him. Not really. It's this bastard that had ruined his mind. But Cole would fix it. He just couldn't allow the color to be put on him, too. Sorry, I know it's easier to read along with this, but I keep getting distracted. Yeah, there we go. I'm trying, though. It's like, yeah. But before he could even begin to gather the strength to get Kai off of him, the collar fastened around his neck. Cole froze. He didn't feel any different, except for a new wave of disgust and horror, but the thick band around his neck was still anything but pleasant. There was a small bell jingling on it, the sound of which was already driving him over the edge. He needed to get this thing off. Oh, you just look so gorgeous like this, his captor crooned, waving Kai away and crouching down, reaching out a hand and threading it through Cole's hair. You're so pretty, my pet, he hummed. He slapped Cole hard across the face. Cole yelped in surprise and pain. So pretty, he said again, looking almost regretful. But so bad. Their captor sighed, standing up. I do wish I could admire you more, my pet, but Master still has some work to do. I'm counting on you to help him, little one. And with that, they were left alone again. Cole immediately began to pull and tug at the collar, grunting in frustration when it wouldn't come off. Your collar is so pretty, Kai chirped. Why are you trying to take it off? If he didn't get it off, it could kick in, and he would go just as crazy as Kai. Fuck, how long did he have? Was it a slow thing, or would it kick in all at once? How long until he submitted to this? Is the tear bothering you? Kai asked. What? Cole asked, his hands pausing over it. There's a little tear in it. Maybe Sir didn't notice, but if you tell him, I'm sure he'll get you a new one. My mama has so many pretty colors for me, but this is my favorite one. It's red. Mama says I look cutest in red. There's a tear in it. The collar was broken, and his captor hadn't noticed. And if it was broken, then that could be why he wasn't being affected by whatever mind control properties it obviously had, because there's no other way Kai would be talking like this. There's absolutely no other reason Kai would be happily babbling about his mama. He needed to get Kai's collar off of him. Do you still want to play a game? Cole asked, cutting off Kai's rambling. Sure! How do you play? Remember, you have to come over here to play it, Cole said, forcing down an actual physical gag. He was so close. He could do this. He could do this. Oh, he could do this. Cole not Cole. Do I know English? Can I read? No, I can't. Kai scampered over, or whatever you'd call scampering when it was on all fours, settling easily beside Cole. What's the game? Cole's mouth went dry. He only had one chance to do this. If he didn't get it off, or at least break it on the first try, and their captor heard, Cole had a feeling it would be a lot worse done than a slap. I know that wasn't the right wording. Let me restart that. He only had one chance to do this. If he didn't get it off, or at least break it, on the first try and their captor heard, Cole had a feeling that a lot worse would be done to him than a slap. Cole didn't even notice that he was staring at the stupid thing until Kai spoke up again. Oh, do you like my collar? Isn't it so pretty? Kai was fucking obsessed with that thing, wasn't he? That only affirmed Cole's suspicions further. He needed to get it off. He nodded slowly, moving his arm up as steadily as he could. Yeah, he said distractedly. It looks great. Thanks! Cole latched his hands onto the collar. Kai only had a second to look confused before Cole focused all his strength into breaking it. Kai shrieked, trying to get away, but Cole was stronger. The collar broke, falling open and to the floor. Kai stared at him, probably in shock. He didn't move. It was probably all hitting him at once, and it was more than likely pretty overwhelming to clear whatever haze he'd been in. Of course he'd still be processing. Kai began to sob. Shit, this had really affected him, hadn't it? Whew, I accidentally scrolled too far. Hello? There we go. Shit, this had really affected him, hadn't it? Kai must have been so distressed he was totally freaking out. God, poor Kai. This whole thing must have been so traumatic. He reached out with the intent to comfort him to the best of his ability, but Kai just flinched back, his body trembling with sobs. Very loud sobs. If he didn't quiet down, their captor was going to hear them. Hey, deep breaths, Cole said, hoping Kai would at least make an attempt. You broke it, Kai said between horrible cries. You broke it! Was it just Cole, or did Kai sound upset about the fact that it had actually been broken rather than the trauma from all the shit that had happened to him? It was probably just Cole. Of course it was just Cole. Or maybe it was just taking its time to wear off. Cole had no idea how long Kai had been wearing it. Maybe it got worse over time. You've got to quiet down, Kai. He'll hear, Cole begged. Kai wailed, tears continuing to pour from his eyes. A surge of panic overtook Cole. If their captor came down here before Kai helped Cole out of these restraints, they were done for. Out of the sheer panic, his arm lifted, almost of its own accord, and suddenly, he hit Kai. Oh, fuck. He just hit Kai. He'd only been trying to snap him out of it. Why did he hit him? Fuck. Kai screamed. Heavy footsteps sounded from somewhere above them. No, fuck, this wasn't happening. Because if it wasn't the collar that had made Kai act like this, then that meant that he had actually been reduced to this, and that meant that Cole could be broken down too. Their captor was coming. He was going to be pissed. The door swung open, and their captor rushed over to Kai, who was hugging his knees and sobbing violently. What happened, little one? He asked, sounding genuinely concerned. He broke it, Kai cried. He broke my collar. He sniffled, wiping his eyes, though it didn't do much. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have tried to play with him. You were right. I'm so sorry. His breath hitched on another sob. I've been bad. Please punish me, sir. I've been so bad. To Cole's surprise and disgust, their captor sighed, sitting down and gently pulling Kai into his lap. There, little one, he hummed, parting his fingers through Kai's hair. This isn't your fault. You're just a pup. You didn't know any better. I should have been more careful. I shouldn't have left you alone with my pet when he wasn't trained yet. I should have known this would happen, really. You don't need to be punished for this. Kai just leaned into the touch. That's right. You're safe. I'm here, he said, continuing the soothing motions. You're going to be okay, pup. Don't you worry. I'll talk to your mama, and we're going to get you a brand new collar that's even prettier than this last one, okay? That actually seemed to work. Kai's sobs began to quiet down. Cole swallowed down the bile rising in his throat. This was disgusting. This was so disgusting. How could someone like this man even exist? What was the goal? How had he gotten Kai to be like this if it wasn't through mind control? And worse, how soon would Cole be just the same as Kai? That's right. Good boy, he said, switching from rubbing Kai's hair to rubbing his back slightly. Good boy, yes. Cole didn't know what else to do at this point. The collar hadn't been the reason that Kai had gone over the deep end. He really thought that this was good. You're crazy, Kai yelled, prompting Kai to turn his head slightly from where it lay against their captor's chest. You're out of your goddamn mind. How could you fucking do this? His captor gently nudged Kai out of his lap, then approached Cole angrily. You are on thin ice, my pet, he said, his voice low and angry. One more peep from you and I may just have to hang you from the pole all night. What the fuck did that mean? What the fuck did that mean? What the fuck did that mean? Your captor stood to his full height. Come, little one, let's get you some juice, okay? Kai brightened up even more than that. I think that's a typo. Anyway, following their captor out of the room, Cole was left alone. First Master, this was so bad! Kai was effectively totally brainwashed. Cole was locked in a psycho's basement, and the others were probably losing their goddamn minds. If they hadn't been able to find Kai in all this time, how would they be able to find Cole? It was so bad. A few minutes later, Kai was carried back in and set on a little dog bed that Cole hadn't had the time to notice until now. This guy was nuts. Their captor said something quietly to Kai, who nodded sleepily, and then their captor left again. The next few minutes passed in silence until Kai spoke up again. I'm at the end of my water. Why'd you have to do that? Kai pouted, sounding genuinely upset. It could have been good, but then you went and ruined the whole visit. If you don't be good, we won't get to play together. Don't you want to play with me? Unless we were playing video games, safe, and at home? Hell no! Oh, I'm behind him. Maybe we can play together when we get better trained, Kai muttered, his anger fading. He shifted on the dog bed. You know, I kind of think I remember you, he mumbled, his eyes only half open. From before. It's almost kind of nice to remember, but I don't want to think about it because it makes me sad and it's bad, and there's no reason to think about it. Cole, growing increasingly concerned at his brother's sleepy ramblings, could only listen. Sometimes I have to remind myself that I'm happier now. Because sometimes I think I remember being happy before, but I can't think like that because that's bad. That's how I get abandoned. What the fuck was Kai talking about? Why was he saying all this? His words were slurred together and his voice was droopy and his eyes were even droopier. Was he drugged? No, that was ridiculous, but certainly seemed like he was. But he was showing a little too many of the symptoms for Cole to be confident that he wasn't. But why would he be drugged? What was the point? Their captor wasn't going to kill Kai, was he? He wouldn't do that, right? Surely he was going to keep Kai alive. But it's time for my nap now, Kai said, letting out a quiet yawn. Night-night. No, wait. Fuck. No, stop. Cole wasn't letting Kai fall asleep. What if he never woke up? Kai, you've got to stay awake, please, Cole begged, his panic spiking. After my juice, it's always nap time, Kai insisted, his eyes closed and his voice barely mumble. Kai, stay awake, Cole insisted. Kai just groaned quietly. Shit. Okay. We had to think logically about this. What good reason would their captor have to kill Kai? Besides the fact that Cole had done nothing but fight back this entire time, not to mention sending Kai into that meltdown earlier. Oh no. Was this to teach Cole a lesson? But surely their captor wasn't crazy enough to kill Kai just to prove a point. Maybe there's a different goal in mind here. Maybe he was just going to hurt him. Maybe he wouldn't hurt him at all. He said he wouldn't, after all. But that still begged the question, why was Kai drugged? With all his worrying, Cole hadn't even noticed that Kai was now fast asleep. No! Okay. It was very likely that he wasn't going to die. Cole could hear his breathing from across the room, so there was at least that. Kai was okay. Kai was fine. Well, as fine as one could be in this situation. Okay. Frustrated, he pried at his collar again. Even if it wasn't some evil mind control device, it was still humiliating and uncomfortable. And that stupid little bell wouldn't stop ringing. It made him feel like, well, like a dog. I suppose that was the point. Sometime later, the door swung open once more. The one from before came through, hurrying over to Kai. Oh, my poor baby, she fretted quietly, careful not to wake him. Let's get you home. Wait. What? She was taking Kai? No, she couldn't take Kai. That left Cole no chance to help him. That left Cole alone. His panic must have shown on his face because his captor, who followed in behind the woman, just hissed. Wouldn't have happened if you'd just been good, pet, he said, shaking his head sadly. Maybe, when you learn how to behave, you can see him again. The woman carefully picked Kai up. Even in his sleep, he sighed contentedly. She was taking Kai, and it was his fault. He needed to do something. He needed to fight. He needed to scream. He needed to break out of these chains and save his brother and get them both home. But he couldn't move. He was absolutely paralyzed, unable to do so much as beg for them not to take him. One was gone before he could find his voice, and all he was left with was that horrible man and a worse question. If Kai could be reduced to that, what was going to happen to him? The end. Whee! Let's see. 2 brain cells. Yeah, that's right. I am elite. all the emotion in the read. Thank you. I try. But yeah, that was. Oh, you're too kind, dude. I love you. I love you. Oh my god, y'all. No, you're lying. No, no, y'all are too sweet. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that was a dramatic reading of Redux, the non-canon reverse devastated fic. If you couldn't tell from the entire thing, the title. Oh my gosh, y'all are too kind. Y'all, I love y'all so much. Um, uh, but yeah, that one took me forever to write. It took like I started writing it in like early June, and I just posted it like a week ago or some shit. Maybe a little bit more. I don't remember when I posted it, but like, God, it took forever. Wait, I think it has the date on here. September 23rd. So yeah, like a weekish, maybe a little bit more ago. Y'all are y'all are too good to me. Y'all are too good to me, okay? I mean, I want to go into the acting business, so like I spend a lot of my time, practicing trying to be good at this stuff. Get those. Ivy, I hope you know you sound exactly like Koshi right now. And it's not gonna be a punishment. This was what I wanted the whole time. You're writing so good. Oh, you managed to finish your Oktoberfic. That's great. Can't wait to read it. Oh my god, I just got the weirdest realization that I exist. Not that I exist, but like, I don't even know. I mean, there was that one thing about Koshi being like a cat boy or something. Or was it a furry? I don't remember. I just know that people really like to make it weird. And who knows? He might meow. We just never see it. No, he doesn't. Can you imagine? He's just like out in public at work one day with like Claire, who has the biggest crush on him imaginable, and he's just, meow. She's like, bro, what the fuck? Nah, it's not that weird though, actually. Have you, I'm sorry, Lori, have you not seen the hell that this AU has been put through? Oh, puppies AU, worst day of my life. Well, like, I mean, it kind of technically he's like bordering on being a furry in the Soulmate Gone Wrong AU because canonically he does have a pet play kink in that um fic. He doesn't really have that in other versions, but in the Soulmate Gone Wrong AU specifically, he does have. So like that's like basically bordering on being a furry. You're right. We don't talk about the puppies. The puppies are forbidden. Right. The one thing that came out of that, like the one good thing that came out of that, was that adorable art that Rena. Okay, we love Rena in this house. The adorable art that Rena did of just like lava baby twins. So cute. So adorable, so precious. I love them. I think about them all the time. Um, you know, that random anonymous pic I got was, like, decent, I guess. I don't know. That's the forbidden branch. You right. It's the forbidden one. Oh god, I'm actually out of water now. Sad boy hours. Yeah, you're right. It's forbidden. You're trying not to wake anybody up. Good luck with that. Have fun, Ivy. Break some hearts. Particularly mine, please. I just want to feel something. There's something I wanted to talk about with you guys. Just like a subject I found interesting, but I don't remember what it was. I was thinking about it like yesterday. What was it? Actually, I have no idea. But I am going to talk about the Diamond Castle AU because I'm addicted to it. Oh my god. Bye, Ivy. The water is downstairs across the house. I don't want to do that. That's too far. It's fine. Anyway. So the Diamond Castle AU. I'm gonna talk about that because it's my favorite thing ever. So basically, if y'all don't know Barbie and the Diamond Castle, such a good Barbie movie. Basically, it's about these two best friends who live in a cottage and they sell flowers for a living from their garden. And they're pretty poor, but like they're getting by, you know, they're vibing. And one day they're on a walk and they pass by this starving old woman, and one of them's like, you know what, I'm gonna give her my lunch. Like, sure, we're poor and I probably needed it, but like she needs it more. She definitely needs it more. And so in return, the woman is like, oh, take one of my, you know, disgusting old things from this random bag of things I carry around, and they don't want to be mean, so they take this, like, really dirty old mirror that they find, and they're like, okay, we'll take this, and she's like, cool, and then they never see her again, and she goes on her way. They go back home, they clean the mirror, and they're like, oh, wow, this is a pretty nice mirror. But there was a storm the night before, so now they have to go clean up their garden. Ouch. They have to go clean up their garden. So they, like, take the mirror with them in the, in like a little basket while they're cleaning up their garden for like no particular reason. They just feel like taking the mirror with them into their garden outside of the house. I don't know. They're singing together because it's a musical and they're best friends, and that's what best friends in musicals do. They're just singing. The soundtrack is elite. Oh my gosh. But then suddenly out of nowhere they hear a third voice and they're like, what the fuck? And they realize that there's actually a person trapped in the mirror. Yeah, food is good. Go eat food. They realize there's actually a person in the mirror, and that's weird. It turns out that the person is like an apprentice to the muses of, you know, music or whatever, who control all music in the world, and, you know, the other two are like dead right now. Well, they're like statues. They've been turned into statues. Same thing. And then like, yeah, they were turned into statues, and like the third one went evil and turned them into statues, and the apprentice is hiding in the mirror. And they have to journey to the Diamond Castle, which is, you know, the birthplace of music, where the muses live. The other two muses who were turned into stone hid it from the third one because she wanted to find it so she could plunge the world into darkness by destroying the muses' instruments, which apparently, if they're destroyed, it will plunge the world into darkness. So they have to find the Diamond Castle, and, you know, stuff happens along the way, of course. But that's the basic premise of it. So, basically for this, Kai and Cole are the best friends. They're actually secretly gay cottagecore lovers, but they don't date until, like, later in the AU because they need to realize their feelings. And then Lloyd is the apprentice trapped in the mirror. Nia, Skylar, and Morrow are the muses. Morrow, of course, is the one that goes dark, but the fact that he wasn't always dark means that we get some quality flashback big brother or big cousin Morrow to Lloyd, you know, stuff that happens in like flashbacks, and also some big sis Nia and Skylar to Lloyd. So like, we stan absolutely. And then Jay and Zane are they play, yeah, slow burn cottagecore gay, exactly. And then Jay and Zane, there's this set of male twins twins in the movie that are meant to serve as like the heterosexual love interests for the girls. This movie is known as the gay Barbie movie, alright? Their color schemes are literally the bisexual flag and the lesbian flag. Like, that can't be a coincidence, you know? They just act like lovers the entire movie, but they're just best friends. Anyway, so there's a set of twins who are like, they're pretty plot important actually, but you know, they're just there to be the heterosexual love interests. So what I did with that is I made Jay and Zane take on the role of that, but instead of having them be twins, I'm having them also be best friends so that they can just be gay too. But they don't realize their feelings and they're just like flirting with, you know, Kai and Cole, like, hello. And then it just causes a lot of complicated feelings because, you know, Kai is like, Cole obviously likes Jay, and Cole is like, Kai obviously likes Zane, but the whole time they don't know. And, you know, at the same time, Jay and Zane are too cowardly to admit that they're in love with each other, so they just flirt with every single being in existence to prove that they're not in love with each other. I'm pretty sure it's canon that in the Barbie movie, the twins have like been with every girl in like this that frequents this one restaurant, which like heavily implies that they've like, you know, fucked each other. Not each other. No, wait, I didn't mean each other. You know what I mean? That they fucked all the women in the place. What players? Am I right? Anyway, they have redemption arcs though. They like learn the power of purity. I don't know. I hate purity culture, but anyway, point is, so that happens. Are there any? Oh yeah, and instead of a random flying talking serpent, Moro's just gonna have a dragon, and maybe like maybe like an OC because the flying talking serpent in the movie literally simps over the bad guy the entire time. Um, But I really want somebody to be simping over Moro, but I couldn't think of a good canon character, so I might just make an OC. Because Moro, I just want somebody to be simping over Moro the whole movie. I need that. Please. Please. It needs to happen, you know? And I'm God through the means of being a writer. So, basically, yeah. But still isn't there. Yeah, exactly. She holds the brain cell and she is not there, so they have no idea. Oh, my mouth is dry. Yeah. But yeah. Hi. And so, yeah, they go on this epic journey. Um, and you know, it just basically follows the plot of the movie with like, you know, probably a little bit more. You're right, we have all simped for Moro. I still simp for Moro. He's the best. I love him. But yeah, so the follows the plot of the movie with like some darker elements because I'm the writer and I am God. Um, you know, they get to like be gay and they get to have all that stuff. Oh, and I'm thinking there's this troll that appears for like 5 minutes so that they can, you know, cross a troll bridge, whatever it's called. I need somebody to be him. Who's like the most trollish character? I don't know. But I'm thinking of making Wu be the old lady because like he deserves that. He deserves to be, you know, on the streets. Wu has no rights. None. Absolutely none. I was gonna make it Garmadon just to be funny, but then I realized that like with Lloyd there, just make it his uncle instead, but like not canonically in the AU. Yeah. And then Moro has the ability to turn people to stone and destroy things, and also put people under mind control. But Kai and Cole are immune to that because they wear best friend necklaces. I guess I don't know. Oh, that is breaking up. That's not ideal. That's oof. Oof. Yeah. What? Yeah. I'm probably gonna be ending it in like 2 minutes. I gotta go do person stuff. I don't know. But right. So Kai and Cole are immune to like the evil mind control, because of the best friend necklaces that they wear. They're stones from the Diamond Castle, which is why they're immune. But after a fight, one of them takes off the necklace, bitch, and then it gets good. Also, they have puppies for literally like no reason. But I recently learned that they are actually more plot relevant than I thought they were because I rewatched the movie. But yeah, puppies. Oh my god, I could name them like Flame and Rocky to be Flame and It's what they deserve. It's what they deserve. Oh my gosh. Yes. I am a genius. I hold at least 2 brain cells. Yes. God, it's just what it's like to have an elite brain. Yeah. Yeah. Big brain over here. Okay. Well, I actually do have to end things now. Yeah. I gotta go do like homework and shit. Hope you enjoyed the 3 brain cells. That's even better. You're right. But hope you enjoyed the stream. Thanks for I think I'm gonna. Whew. Yeah. Bye. How do I how do I end this?